Hey, so I kind of wanted to revise my Jak 2 any% tutorial I did not too long ago. That was very amateur and very basic. I'm going to, inspired by the Rixer, actually Ricky, I'm going to try my best and go through the game in as much detail as I possibly can, but section by section. I will leave a link to Ricky's Jak 3 tutorials in the description because they've actually been really helpful in me learning some Jak 3 missions. So yeah, there's this. Think of this as kind of an updated version. I am working on life. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying there, but yeah, I wanted to make kind of an updated version. There is new tech-ish, I believe, that I didn't mention in my old tutorial that we did. There's new tech, there's improved tech, and also I'm much better at the game than I was back then. So yeah, I'll go section by section. There'll be chapters on this video if I can set it up properly. That will be lovely. And then yeah, we'll go section by section. Okay, so the first thing I like to do before even starting the timer is turn speech volume all the way down. This can help you save some time in a variety of ways because some cutscenes don't start until a character has stopped talking. And once a character has fully stopped talking, that's when the cutscene will start. Like, for example, at the end of Escape, when you've escaped. At the end of Escape, Daxter will continue talking. The cutscene will not start until Daxter shuts up. So having sound completely off, having the speech volume completely off, will let you play that cutscene immediately. There's also one a little bit later in the strip mine, not the strip mine, the drill tower. Sorry, because this also shuts off all communications, all the communicators that pop up throughout the game. Which is very nice. There's also another option that I've recently started doing, which is a shout out to Ouija and Headstrong for this one. I've been setting the game to Japanese just to make a skip in sewers a little bit easier, just because Japanese. I don't know the exact reasoning. I believe it's slightly faster, so it lets you do the skip a little bit easier, but I'm not too sure. I'll keep it in English just for now, but that one is more of an optional thing. It is still very doable in English, but you know, let's put debug mode on as well. I forgot to do that. Okay. Trying to remember the code by heart. There you go. Okay. So debug mode is on. Now we'll go to escape. I'm going to try and explain this in as much detail as possible, but also that's still like semi-understandable. And I'll just go through the game, the entirety of the run. So this right here would skip the cutscene, and that's where you'd start the timer. My live split is a little bit off. Like, it's a little bit delayed on my OBS, so that it won't be perfect, but what you gonna want to do, you want to roll jump twice over to here, and then do what's called a long jump, I guess. So long jump, and then jump. Long jump, and at the very end of it, jump. So we go long jump, and at the very... I bonked. That can happen, I suppose. This is the fastest way we've found to get over here, so long jump. Give me a second here. Let me pass away real quick. Okay. So long jump. Try and aim for this, and then if you do the long jump, you'll land around up here. You can long jump again, turn the camera, long jump, and then long jump, and then do a long jump to end jump up to this area. You can then uppercut. And I like to long jump into this room. You can then long jump over to this section over here, which is very nice. And now there are two ways that you can do this. There are two very easy ways to do this. I'm gonna try and go through these quick, as to not make a 3-hour video like it was last time. But okay, so like once you've entered this room, I like to get onto the edge of this, so we can uppercut up to here, and then, based on where this thing is, based on where the last platform is, either going up or down, that is basically what our cycle, that's basically going to determine which way we're going to go. So we're going to roll jump over to here. What I like to do, especially if it's going up like that, I like to roll jump and then spin, so I can land on top of here. I can land on top of the platform. It will... Okay, it's going to be very kind of difficult to explain, but once it's going up, I like to do the pipe strat. There's two ways to do this. There's the normal strat going this way, and then there's the pipe strat going this way. Pipe strat is a little bit fast, but it really depends on the timing of this. So when it's slightly going up and I've landed on top of here, I like to uppercut up to here. Right, okay. Fly up, please, Jak. Thank you. I fell off. That's not part of the plan. You uppercut up to here, you double jump over to the side here, and then just do another uppercut. And then you've landed here. But if you're unfamiliar with that method, it's a little too difficult to pull off. I know that it's very difficult to do quickly in a run. I will try and do it as best as I can, but you can jump on the platform and then uppercut up to here. Uppercut again over to here. Oh, hello. God, I've never seen the guard do that. Okay. It's like when you land here, I like to do a little bit of an uppercut over to this side just to cut the corner. But what you could do, so once you've uppercutted up here, what you could do, you could just do a roll jump and then over to here and then punch and then, you know, but I, as like a little speedy thing, it's not too fast, but it's not like the slowest thing in the world, I like to uppercut up to here. I like to do the uppercut, and I like to roll over to the side and then do a long jump. And then we're onto this platform. Okay. I'll try my best to do it quickly. So what we can do, we can roll jump onto here, jump up to here, roll jump over here, and then that was a little bit scuffed, and jump up to here. We can then uppercut over, and now we're here. It can save quite a decent amount of time. What we're going to do here is something called a boosted uppercut. Okay, that can happen. I was a little bit wrong. Okay, I'll explain briefly what a boosted uppercut is. If you slowly walk off an edge and then punch right as Jak is about to like fall, you'll do something called a boosted. It gives you quite a bit of height and quite a bit of distance over just a regular uppercut. So if I do it down to here, you can slowly walk off the edge and then uppercut. You see the amount of distance that we got there, rather than just running off and doing a regular uppercut, we get like basically no distance. So what we can do, we can do from this platform, it's a little bit difficult due to the hitbox. We can do an uppercut. Oh, I suck at this. Hold on. Okay. So we can do an uppercut, slowly walk off the edge, do an uppercut, and then we'll land up here. But I will show you how the collision on this works. Basically, as you can see, Jak when it's going in or out, Jak kinda gets stuck. Actually, I think it's when it just goes out. Jak kinda gets stuck on the hitbox, and it makes the boosted, a lot more difficult. So what you could do, you can either wait until it's perfectly backwards to do an uppercut, to do a boosted uppercut, or you can wait until it's perfectly forwards to do a boosted, and that will... It'll save Jak from getting stuck, pretty much. It'll save Jak, like, for this example, it's moving forward, he gets stuck on the hitbox. It is still possible, but it's a lot harder to do. So rather than just waiting for it to do that, and then you can just get the uppercut normally. So once we're up here, we want to go to the left-hand side of this computer thing. Left-hand side of this computer thing, because the next section will not load if we do that. I like to uppercut over here, do a few roll jumps. I like to do a jump there just to reposition myself. I've been experimenting with that. I'm not sure if it actually saves time or not, but it's definitely helped me get quite fast escapes. So you can roll jump, you can do like a little jump to reposition, and then you can jump over here. We can do yeah, this is the fancy bit. I like to roll jump over here. We like to punch, roll jump, not get shot, punch, and then once we land here, okay, let me do this room again. This room is a little difficult to explain. Let me die just to reset this cycle.
So once we've kind of landed here from that section, we can roll jump over. We can do a roll jump, a punch, a roll jump. More to this side. I'm really messing this up, only because I haven't played this game in about 4 days. I got my PB of 102, and then I dipped for a few days. So. Okay, so we want to roll jump over here. I like punching into this direction, roll jumping, punching, turning direction, roll jumping. And what I did there, I did the roll jump thing. So you roll jump onto this section and then jump with the roll jump, and then you can just dive down to save yourself from the momentum of that with the thing. You can just spin. So if I do that, it will stop. During the ground pound, you can spin during the ground pound, so it will stop that momentum. So just a few... this is all basic movement stuff right now, so what I can do, you can upcut there, slam down. Right at the end of this area, I like to double jump. It's not that easy, but it's also not too difficult. Can I go back up here? I've never debugged in this area. Well, so yeah, you can uppercut and then ground pound, you'll land on this thing. Right as Jak jumps, you can do a jump. I like to try and land on these boxes, and then you can easily get back up to here, and then that's pretty much escape for you. It's a very, very basic movement level, and yeah, it's not too difficult. So this next one is just pretty simple. It's just combat based. So you're going to want to clear out these 3 guys. Punching and spinning is probably the best option. And then you turn into Dark Jak. What I like to do, I like to go onto the left-hand side over here. I'd like to turn the camera, and I like to punch and spin this way as they start to spawn. So like 2 or 3 of them, once 2 or 3 of them have spawned, you can hit them all at the same time. And then that's pretty much how you do that. It's very fast, very simple, but now it gets to like the RNG section of this area. Right now, I have really, really good RNG, because I don't know if you saw in the other scene, you can go back just before I finished and turned back into normal Jak and skip the cutscene. Two or 3 zoomers were going along this side in the background. That is a good indication to know you're going to get really, really good RNG, because we are going to need a zoomer in this section. Zoomers are very, very important in this section, because they can do the little jumpy jump things. But there is another way. I'm going to see if I can do it. I'm going to ditch this zoomer for a second. There's another way you can spawn the zoomer. So say if you've spawned here, right? Oh, there's no zoomer. What you can do, you can roll jump a few times over here. You can then turn around. You're going to turn around. There's a chance that a zoomer will spawn this side. If it doesn't, you turn around again. And a zoomer will spawn this side. If it doesn't turn around, just keep turning the camera, because turning the camera despawns the vehicles. We also got kind of lucky with this vehicle spawn, so if you don't feel like doing that, I personally never do it just because I don't trust RNG. But what you can do, if this one is the vehicle, if this is a zoomer that's loaded, then that's perfectly fine. You can just go for that one instead of messing around with the hassle. But good RNG is basically what you need for this section. Okay, what we're gonna do now is a red barrier skip. Basically just follow the icon on the map. You follow the icon on the map right there, but instead of turning left that way to go to the icon, we're going to go right this way. We're going to go right over this way, and then we're going to go to here, this little area. This is pretty much the perfect indication of what you need to do here. We're just going to line ourselves up with like this little stump thing. We're going to double jump and then dismount the vehicle. We're going to double jump and dismount the vehicle like that, but we're going to also push forward at the same time. So double jump, dismount, push forward, and then we're falling in. You double jump, by the way, with L1. We're going to grab another zoomer here, right? What I did there, just for explanation, because we're going to do the exact same thing here. I double jumped, dismounted the vehicle, and then did another jump and spin. That's pretty much how you do that. We're going to do the exact same for this area. So I have grabbed a zoomer. We spawned here. You're going to want to grab the nearest zoomer you can find, preferably more over this direction. If you can find a zoomer in this direction, that's more ideal, because you're already in the area that you're going to need to be in. We're gonna go over to this like little area over here, just below the highway. We're gonna do the exact same thing: double jump, dismount, jump again, and then spin, pushing forward to make sure we land out of bounds here. So what I'm gonna do about 4 roll jumps. Okay, I just about wasn't enough there, so I did an extra roll and then a roll jump just to get myself into position, because there's a chance you can just fall down that area otherwise. So yeah, there was a zoomer there. I probably should have taken that because well, silly, I didn't. We're gonna look for a zoomer on here. Same logic applies. If you're looking for a zoomer, just you can turn around the camera to despawn them. There's one. I don't do that method. It's kind of slow, and there's not always a chance you'll get a zoomer. So we're gonna take the zoomer, just move past here, and we're gonna go to Mars Tomb. We're gonna go to the Mars Tomb. This is Mars Tomb skip. It's pretty simple. I like to line myself up. We go to the left from that little fountain area. We go to the left over here, and we line ourselves up with this like little ramp thing. Before we even start pushing forward, we want to pull up on the vehicle. We can pull back on the joystick to pull up on the vehicle, and pretty much what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to try and clear that. So we'll pull back, go forward. Before we get to the end of it, jump, then jump again, dismount, and get over the edge. That's one way of doing things. I'll show you a separate way. Oh, the old despawn day was unaware that was possible. Lol. Okay. Okay, so say you've done that, you're fine. You've landed in the tomb. There's 2 ways to get into the tomb. One way is the faster way, but it's a little more dangerous. The other way is the safer way. So what you want to do, you're going to want to zoom in like that, just to get it to load. You're going to want to zoom in and then do an uppercut. Okay, we got really long fall, but we're in the tomb. That is the death warp. That is the death warp into the tomb. I'm wondering, should I go back outside and show it again? Okay. I'll go back outside and show it again, just because there's another way you can get into it. But the vehicle, like the statue, will have already been destroyed at this point. I'm thinking, yeah, the statue will... Oh, never mind. Okay, it's a little bugged because we're here early. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. We still have the Torn mission. This is completely fine. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a vehicle and just show you kind of a different way, because there are many different ways. As long as you can get over this area, that's all you need. So we're gonna zoom in, pull up. We're gonna jump again. You can do a double jump there. You can also spin at the very end. I kind of missed it, but you can spin at the very end for that. If you wanted to do the boosted, you'd zoom in and then do the boosted over there. But there's another way. If you go over to this side, you can roll jump into the wall. Just while this is opening, once the second door begins to open, you can punch towards the door and then pause. Once you pause, you can go to the restart and quit, and restart the mission, and then it'll put you right where the death will put you. That is the safer way, and that's the way I used to go about it. But there is a new way to do it, pretty much, and that's, well, it's not new. Sorry, that's a safer way. It's more consistent, but I like to do the death warp just because it saves me having to pause, and because menuing, I'm pausing or I'm trying to spam over to the side there. You know, it can be a little bit clunky and slow, especially in Jak II. Okay, so now we're in the tomb. A cutscene is technically supposed to play here, but since we don't have the mission, it won't play. And the door, it will not open, so there's a way we can bypass that. We are going to go over to the side here, do a high jump. We're going to do just like a little uppercut into this section of the wall. It's a little difficult to explain how this works. This slope, this area is a slope, so try not to move on it too much. But get yourself into position. You can do an uppercut spin, land in the very top of this, walk forward a little bit. I like to jump out to the right and then back inwards slightly, just so the camera follows me and I don't get stuck. Because there's a chance, once you're in this area, there's a chance you can accidentally walk back out and then you're stuck here. You'll have to do it again, and then in a speedrun, it's not ideal. You can also do it on this little lip I found.
Okay, I didn't push forward enough. You can do it on this like little lip thing I found, but it is a little more tedious. There you go. It's a little more tedious. But yeah, I like to jump to the side and then punch inwards this way. So now we are in the tomb, which is very, very nice. So I'm going to roll jump down here, spin. We're going to land here. Now I'm going to do something. There's a way of quickly navigating this area. We're going to, oops, not like that. We're going to roll jump into the water, and then we're going to try and time our roll jumps. We're going to try and time our roll jumps pretty consistently with the water. So if I roll jump into the water, then roll jump. Oop. Like that can happen because we got the roll jump. You can spam L1 a little bit to get the rhythm going again, but it's a little difficult. It is the fastest form of traveling. I should mention actually there is a pretty fast way of traveling in this game. I may make an essentials guide as well. I saw Ricky made an essentials guide. I'm not trying to copy the boy. He is great. I love him. But there's a fast way of moving by roll jump punching as well. I forgot to mention that. So you can roll jump and then punch, but if you punch in the water, it's a little bit slow. So we're gonna roll jump. You get the spirit, you know. Roll jump. There's a chance you can do a roll jump and land perfectly like I am now. This is what you're supposed to do next, right? You high jump. Okay. So what I did there, you saw Jack's feet were kind of hovering. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I apologize. You saw his feet were kind of hovering. You can jump slightly into this area. Jump slightly into the pillar, and Jack will be floating. He has some extra height. What you can do then, you can high jump and then spin at the very top of the jump to land in this area, like this little area. Safe to stand. I'm literally not holding my controller right now. You can then do a single jump and then spin, but continue to push forward, and then you'll land in this area. It's a little difficult to gauge where you are at first, but if you don't touch anything, you will land like this, facing this way. We want to turn around. We want to turn around and walk through this area. Okay, I messed that up quite royally, so I'll show you again. I'll show you the faster way of doing that. So you're going to high jump, jump in there. I like to turn immediately into this area and then go this way. It's a little difficult to grasp where you've gone because of the camera, and it's very strange, but that's probably the best way to do it. We're going to walk underneath this door, and we'll know we have it when you hear the door opening. Like that, okay? We're going to do a few more water roll jumps. I said we're going to do a few more water roll jumps, there you go. Just to get over to this section, and now there are two ways you can do this section. There's the new improved method, which saves 40 seconds, but it is quite difficult. There's not really a specific setup. I'm just going to use the setup that works best for me. What I do, I double jump to the side. Okay, that was a very deep dive. I need to die. Okay, I'll show this again. It's very difficult, but what I like to do, I'll show it up here. What I like to do, I like to face slightly to the void. I like to push forward slightly, double jump, but when I'm double jumping, when I dive, I like to move to the right a little bit. I have a habit of moving mid double jump, which can cause me problems, but if I do that and move to the right a little bit, I tend to get the dive pretty consistently. But there's a reason we're gonna go for the dive. I can't remember if I explained this in my previous tutorial, but this is Daxter Chase skip. This one is a little harder to do. And I'll show you this method because it saves 40 seconds. It is insane just how much time this saves. Okay. So we're in here, we're gonna roll jump. What you can do in this water, if you jump and then time a roll, you can roll jump in this water. But I'm going to show you my setup. Everyone has their own setup. It's about finding what works for you. So we're going to double jump and then turn. We got a very, very deep dive there. That would normally kill me. And I'm going to let it actually because I want to do this I want to do it properly. God, don't take a break from Jak 2. It will be the worst problem. It will be the worst pain in all of existence, honestly. That's cool. Don't take a break from Jak 2. You'll become so rusty apparently. But yes, as you can see, I'm not dying to the eco, and normally the eco will kill me, which is very strange how that works. But we're not done yet. I'm getting very deep dives. That has a chance to happen. It will kill you, and you'll have to do it again. But there are various methods of setting this up. This is the one I've found most consistent. There you go. So now we're in this water, we're going to double jump over to here, make sure we land standing up, and then double jump immediately and dive. This dive will give us the second part of this invulnerability, and it'll let us go to this area. You have to splat, otherwise you will crash the game. So once you've splat, you've taken damage, you can do the next bit. I like to roll jump into this area, and then skip this cutscene. We now have invulnerability, so we're going to take Daxter out of this area. Do this. We now have the jet board, which is very nice. We're going to do a hover up here. I know that was very fast. I'll try and explain as to the best of my ability what happened. So we got invulnerability. We've got the invulnerability from the Dark Ego. So once we dove, we got the second part, which transferred the vulnerability over to Daxter. Kind of. It's very difficult how to explain it, but all we know really is you're allowed to pass the boulder if you're invulnerable. So you pass the boulder, you go into that little corner. I think I have a video of this because I showed. I'm on a PS5, by the way, Lamau. I showed Sikina how to do this. He is an OG Jak speedrunner. OG Jak speedrunner. He's a great guy. He's recently come back to the scene, and I managed to teach him how to do this, which is really cool. So yeah, this is me, and I'm in the call right now with him, trying to explain how this works. So you double jump, you've got the dive. That's what I was trying to explain before, very terribly. You double jump over to the side, and then dive. And that's the end of that. But I believe there's another one, right? That's Jak 3. That's Jak 3. That's Spoonman. Lol. Okay. I'm sure I had one, but apparently not. Not recently, anyway. Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine. Pretty much. What was I saying? Yes, pretty much. You want to go into that back corner. You want to go to that back corner with Daxter, and once you're in that back corner with Daxter, like where I was standing before, once you're in that little corner, actually, big brain, very big brain. The last 5 minutes of gameplay I can save, and I'll show this. I'm so smart, honestly. My brain is just gigantic. So when we do the Daxter bit. Yes, when we do the Daxter bit, I'm going to show you this. I'll try my best to explain it. You're going to go into this corner with Daxter, and I like to push forward on the stick a little bit. This spider is going to try and attack us. When it jumps, we do a jump as Daxter. Like when it lunges at us, we stop running forward, and we do a jump as Daxter, and then it turns us right back into Jak. We can then kick the spider, do whatever, grab the jet board, and then we can do the next part, the next step. That is very difficult to explain, I apologize, but now that we're up here, I like to face this wall, hop on the jet board, make sure that little black screen happens because that activates a cutscene. We are still invulnerable, so we can dive underneath the eco. Oops, that was scuffed, but that works. Okay, I fell. That can happen if you do that. I want to do that again though. I will show that again. So we've got the cutscene. We got it again. We've got the cutscene. So I would like to do kind of a deep dive. Go to the left here slightly. Turn the camera all the way around, trying not to go off the side, which is a little dangerous, but it works. I like to do a single side flip here and then start a hover. 3, 4, 5. I like to count to 5 and then drop the hover. We're going to land in this web room, jump down to the second web, and then jump on it. And that essentially skips the entirety of the Daxter Chase, which is very, very fancy. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to show the other method. I'm going to show the other method really, really quick. So I'm going to mission select over here real quick. We have the jetboard here because I've mission selected, but it's fine. The game at this point just gives you everything, by the way. The game at this point just gives you everything because it assumes you already have everything, like, or at least you should already have everything in the game. So, or everything that you had up to this point. So that's why I have all this stuff. Okay, so pretend we've just got in here from escape or whatever, right? This is the old method of doing this. It is slower, but it can help. It requires a roll jump, and roll jumps are not easy. So I'm gonna try this. So we jump, roll jump, and then when we're right at the bottom, we spin. We spin into this area. Once we're in this area, we can just go over to the boulder. Now, this is why we can't do Daxter Chase skip, it'll just flatten us. So this is the Daxter Chase. I'm gonna just do this really quickly, just to get us back to where it was, to where we were. So this is the Daxter Chase. All of this, everything that I'm doing here can be skipped with the Daxter Chase skip, but the eco invul, like when diving into the dark eco, oops, bro, I've not done this in a while, okay? When diving into the dark eco to get grab the vulnerability, it is not the easiest thing, and honestly, it took me like a month after it was discovered just to find out a consistent way to do it, and that was the way I found quite recently, within the past few weeks actually. That was the most consistent method, and yeah, it saves around 40 seconds. So yeah, we go through here. We this is very casual. If you do it this way, this is a very casual. This is very casual style of gameplay and how you're gonna do it. Which is fine, which is perfectly fine. So yep. Doing the Daxter Chase essentially skips all of that, but you can still do it this way, there's no problem in that. It will still put us in the exact same place. So this is pretty much the exact same place that we would have been in beforehand anyway. Okay, so what we want to do, I'm going to do this properly because I suck at this bit. Hang on. I don't even suck that bad. Just do a hover. Land up here, not in the dark eco. Okay, we'll try it again. We do a hover. Land here. And now this is my most annoying hover in the game. I'll show you a little jetboard trick as well. If you do a mini hop and then jetboard, you can immediately jump on the jetboard. That is what I'm going to do throughout the run. If you see me do it, if you see me do that, that is what I'm doing. So you can jump, get on the jetboard or whatever. You can just get on the jetboard, which is a little slower. You can punch and get on the jetboard, which makes life a little bit easier. What you can do, you do a tiny jump and get on the jetboard. That's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to do a tiny jump, get on the jetboard, do a side flip, and then I'm going to do a hover. Once I'm in this area, I'm going to land out of bounds just over here. It is not easy. This one is not easy, and I really hate how to do this. But we're going to jetboard again, do a double side flip, and then we're going to hover up to this room. Now this room, this is the fun room. This is right to. What I can do actually, I will show you an alternative method to doing that hover that I've just done, because it is not a nice hover. I don't know where that'll spawn me actually. Okay, good. Because what I like to do, I like to line myself up over this side and then hover up into the room. The second I go out of bounds, I kind of drop the hover and land to the right here. That's what I can do. But sometimes you can fall down to the side. Yeah, sorry. You can fall down to the side here. You're not going to get the water. You'll just completely fall down. which is very unfortunate. But there's also other times where you can get caught. Like you can get caught in here, you can't get back out unless you know exactly like the spot to do it, which I don't. So if that ever happens, I just end up resetting because you know that's how life works. But I will show you another way of doing this hover, which I used to do. You line up yourself on this on the stairs here. This is a very slow version of this hover, by the way. Line yourself up on these stairs. Don't do a side flip, that's my fault, right? This is a very long tutorial still, by the way, I apologize, but, you know. I'll try my best to explain everything. So we'll do a hover. Make sure you you pass this. And we'll do a hover. I bonked here, so this won't be perfect, but as long as we're out here, we're going to continue the hover. Then I'm going to drop into the room. I'm going to spin just before I land so I don't take any damage. That is difficult. It's slow, but it's like, it may be an easy setup for you. I'm just going to try and explain everything normally. Okay, so now this room is a bit of a doozy. This is the room, right? Actually. What am I doing? What I can do that, right? There you go. Okay. This, okay. Can I slow? I don't use free cam often enough to know how this works. Okay. Let me go into this room. Okay. Okay. That is the best we're getting, I think. Lift it up. Oop, lift it up a little bit. Okay. So, this is the layout of the room. Let me, I'm not listening to Brothers of Blood right now. Let me just, get rid of that. I'll get rid of the lower thirds, and I'll get rid of the split box and the background there. Okay, so I'm gonna need an image for this. Give me a sec. Let me find an image. We'll use a small image. We'll use my logo. Okay, so my logo is here. Hello, this is my logo. This at the back. This is the very back tombstone, right? I'm gonna try my best to explain it. So here, up here on the top, let me, can I move the camera up a little bit? Yep, up here at the top, there is the spider room. That's where you're supposed to enter the room from. And over this side, that's the door where we're supposed to leave the room from, right? So this, back here, this tombstone where my logo is, that is that's the tombstone that we're meant to be standing by. There's a way we can do this room pretty consistently, and it's with these. I briefly showed it before, but it is with these. This is the tombstone pattern sheet. I will leave a link to Vaser's tutorial in the description. I believe it goes into pretty decent detail about all this stuff. It's very fancy, which is very, very, very nice. But essentially, the one at the very bottom, it says listen, right? The bottom left, that is this tombstone in the bottom corner. That is that tombstone in the bottom corner there, where it says listen. So we're going to punch that one or spin that one, and whatever pattern it makes, that is the pattern that's like the pattern that you're supposed to follow, right? So there's kind of a way that you can determine like what pattern it is just by counting, right? So it's a little confusing. It is a little hard to wrap your head around. All it really is trial and error. So I'm recognizing which pattern is which. So say for example, a pattern is 4N. It will be a dun 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 dun. Right, that will be the pattern dun 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 dun, and that is the bottom left on this picture. So what we would do on the bottom left of this picture, we would punch from this tombstone at the bottom. Where's my logo? I'll grab my logo back. I deleted it. Lol. I'm gonna try my best to do it with my logo because that will make life a little bit easier. Where's my logo? There's my logo. Okay. So say the pattern, for example. I'll let you look at the pattern again. 4N. Right? 4N. So, what we'll do, we will hit this one. I have the pattern on my wall right now. Like, I can look at the pattern right now on the wall, so I know exactly which ones it is. One more time. You can pause the video here, look at the 4N pattern just to see which ones I'm going to go through. But this is how you basically supposed to do it. So the pattern is 4N. You're gonna hit this tombstone. It's gonna make the sound like dun 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 whatever, right? You're gonna go up to this tombstone, and then you're going to do a punch. So you're gonna punch from this tombstone to this tombstone. And then this tombstone will go down, and then you've hit this tombstone to initiate the next part of the sequence. The next part of the sequence will be this tombstone, right here. So you punch from this tombstone to this tombstone, and then these two will go down, if that makes sense. So then you've got this one. The next one will be this one, from this one to here. That one is a bit of a punch, but it's doable. From that one to that one, and then from this one to this one, this one to this one, and then finally, the last one is this one up here. So you go from this one to 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 this one. No, I've messed that up already. That was off memory. Okay, so from this one to 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 this one, then this one, then it is this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. That is 4N. That's a very difficult pattern. God, my jaw hurts. That's the most I've talked in so goddamn long. Okay, I need a beverage. Give me a small second here. Tasty beverage. Okay. I'll do my best to explain the more confusing patterns, which are the two on the top. The top left and top middle, 311 and whatever, right? So, pretend the pattern, this is the best way I can describe it. We're going to do this first pattern. The top left one, this first pattern, 311, right? So what you'd do for 311, you'd hit this tombstone, then you'd go to this tombstone, then to this tombstone. But there's a problem with this tombstone. Because if you look at this pattern, it says listen again. You have to listen to this pattern. If it's this pattern, you have to listen to this tombstone, because whatever sound this tombstone makes can completely change the pattern. So pretend it is still this pattern, so it's 311, which I can't remember the sound of. Then you punch downwards, then it's dun 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 dun. That, if it makes that sound, that is 133. Count the notes, so it goes dun 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 dun. That's 133. It's like, okay, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But say that is what that pattern is, right? It will determine pretty much which way you go about it. So it's 311, then you punch down to go to one. It's 133. That's what we're going with, 133. So you've hit this one, you then hit this one, and then down to this one, etc., etc. It's all on these patterns. But say, for example, that this is not that pattern, it means it's this pattern here instead. Oh, pardon me. I apologize. That was very dirty. It just means it is it's the middle pattern instead. So instead of hitting this one, you'd go down and hit this one to this one, kind of thing. Best thing I can do, really. There you go. Best thing I can do, really, is show you the pattern. I can show you off the top of my head. I even struggle remembering some of these patterns as well. So we're gonna kick and then get on the jetboard immediately, just to stop the waiting animation. There you go, 4N. Dun 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 dun. So it's the very first pattern I was talking about. So we're gonna go over to here, punch this one. There you go. That goes down. We're gonna go over to this side, punch these two. We're gonna go over to here, punch these two. I still get the layout of this room confused. We're gonna go this one to this one. This one to this one. And then this is the final one. Ta-da! Door opens. So that was the pattern 4N. We copied that pattern pretty much exactly, and that's how we got through the room. It will take time to recognize what patterns are what, but it's all trial and error. It is something that is very good to practice. I'm going to get on with this because this is going to be a long video otherwise. My controller's almost dead, pog. Okay, so we're going to stand on this button. We're going to stand on this button, and what we're going to do a side flip on the jet board. We're going to hover. You can either land here. I don't personally do this. I just had a really poor angle. You can either land here and then do another hover over to here. Might be a little bit safer. Might be a little bit safer, or you could do just hover straight over. So do a side flip and actually press the buttons properly. My old fingers. So do a side flip, do a hover, drop the hover, land on the button. I'm gonna skip this cutscene. We're gonna skip this cutscene and we're gonna pause. I'm gonna restart the game. Well, restart the mission, sorry. And this will put us into the very first boss fight of the game. Now, this one could be a bit of a doozy. A bit of a doozy, if I'm honest. With this one, pretty much, you're just gonna want to take out his little guards here. Nothing much to say about that. You know, I like to zoom in once the guards are done, and then wherever he fires his first bomb, we're gonna go over to this area. So we're gonna spin that bomb back at him. Okay, that's a glitch that can happen. It can go through him. So we're gonna spin the bombs at him. I'm gonna try what's called a 5-hit. So we're gonna spin bombs. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna die real quick. And we're gonna do it again. There's a chance, especially on the PS4/PS5 version of the game, that can happen. It is disgusting. And I don't know why it happens. The bomb goes through him, completely doesn't damage him, and it's ridiculous anyway. So we're gonna go over to where the first bomb is. We're gonna kick it in his face. We're gonna punch it over to the side a little bit, try not to hit the bomb. Punch over here, spin the bomb. Once we've got 4 bombs, once we've got 4 bombs, we're gonna go for a 5-hit. I missed it, but there's a chance you can hit that bomb and get an extra damage in the phase. I'm not gonna go back just because it's just gonna be a really long video otherwise. Oh, come on. I might split this into parts actually. So I might just do all of the Mars Tomb stuff in here and then finish the rest of the early game in a different video. Because it's taking a lot longer than I expected. Okay, yeah, that can happen. Try not to punch the bombs because that can happen. It went through him again. Honestly, this boss fight is very infuriating. So we're just gonna kick the bombs. We're not gonna get 5-hit. Or a 4-hit. So we're just gonna die again really quick. I want to show a 5-hit. It's like the fastest way you can probably beat this boss fight. God, I haven't done this in like... It's only been like 3 days. Okay, we got a very poor animation there, so it's gonna take a second to fire the bombs. Honestly, Baron is a high-level nightmare. Because it's just painful. Kick the bombs, punch over to the side. I like to try and spin and then punch immediately. Spin, punch. I missed the... Ah, you suck! Okay. But that's what I mean, like the bomb wasn't like fully ticking down yet, so you can throw a bomb at him. You can just kick the bomb at him. And then it's all lucky, yeah. Didn't get the bad animation here, so we can go over. I'm gonna kick the bomb. Try not to hesitate either, because the bombs are on a time limit. I don't know the exact time limit, but they are on a time limit. So you're gonna kick the bomb, kick it again. Ah, close. Do you know what? I don't care anymore. We'll just finish the boss fight out. Pretty much hit 5 of them, you will only need to hit them 3 times in the next phase. There's a little thing you can do here if you're quick enough. If you kill all of them before he's finished firing his first flurry of rounds, I believe he'll only fire the first one and not that second flurry. So we're going to try the bomb hit again. So we're going to punch over here. Hit him once, hit him again, hit him again. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, I'm sorry, I suck, but pretty much watch like a lot of PB videos, they'll do this like a lot better than I can. I like to spin up here just to get him to do that. Nice.
Spinning up there will make him automatically fire the bombs, so we can go over to the first bomb. I'm gonna wait for him to fire his weapon, trigger his turn. Kick the bomb to damage him. Go over to the side over here. He's already fired another bomb. Okay. Never mind. Okay, pretty much he'll only fire a bomb if there's nothing he can shoot with the green stuff. The laser. So we're gonna kick the bomb. He's throwing it over this side, so we're gonna go over this side. This boss fight is the most annoying thing in the world, honestly. So he's gonna laser. The bomb missed. Can you? Okay, I think you're able to see why the Baron is the most annoying boss fight in the game. Like, this boss fight is where I would reset most of my runs if they got to this point, because honestly, it's annoying. There you go, boss fight done. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. Honestly, I hate him. Right, there you go. That's the boss fight done. We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out this way. Okay, I'll finish Act 1. Like, we're not like that far away from the end of, like, thingy. The end of, an era. So we're gonna hover up here. I like to, hover up this elevator. Zoom in here a little bit, and then go to the end. Yeah, we're almost at the end of the early game portion of this run. The rest of this will be very, very brief, just because I spent a lot of time in a tomb. The tomb is probably going to be where you'll spend a lot of your time, unless you're a Chad and you just can do it all first time. Ideally, you would want to be out here before 8 minutes, so pretty much do all of that before 8 minutes. Sounds a bit tedious, but you know. I like to hover over there to get a little shortcut. We're going to hover up here. I'm going to drop the hover when we're through here. We're just going to die, and we can spawn in this section. Just a nice little death warp to save a little bit of time, which is very nice. We're going to go over to Torn just as fast as possible here. There's two ways. There's a new way that I didn't discover this, but I've recently discovered that this is possible. You can hover up here. If you hover up here, and then fall to the side around here, it will automatically start the cutscene and put you in here. But you can also just go around normally. I'm gonna try and experimenting with that. I can never get it in a run though, so it's a bit yikes. So now we're gonna do Rescue Friends mission, which was a very heavy reset mission for me. It was a very heavy reset mission for me. So we're gonna do this. You know, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a hover. Well, I like to do a hover over here just to cut a corner, and then we're gonna fall by the palace, by the fortress. Sorry. Gonna do a quick extended front flip over here. Now, there's two ways to go about this. There's the way I do it, which I find most consistent, and others, it's strange, honestly. I'm going to do the way that I find most consistent, but I'll try and show you both ways. So what I like to do, I like to hover over this guy, bonk off this wall. Okay, I messed it up because I didn't have enough speed, but you're supposed to have quite a bit of speed there. So I'll show you that this way, right? So I punch board, hover over this guy, go out of bounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, drop the hover, or like dismount the board. And then I land here. That is the most consistent method for me, but there's the other method, which is probably faster. I've been told by many people that it's very fast. It's a lot faster, but I've never been able to get it mostly, so what you can do. This is the hover. Yeah, I don't know the angle for this one. That's why I don't really go for this hover myself, but there's a hover that you can do there to get out of bounds. I think a few people side flip. Yeah, these guards can get in the way as well. That's why I really do not like doing that version of the hover. It is just like a lot of people are much better at that than I am, so bring it up with them, I suppose. So you could do a little jump, hover. It puts you in a straight line for this room, pretty much. So once you're in this room, we're just gonna do some nice tricks. We're gonna go over to this part of the wall. gonna double jump, spin, and then do an uppercut, and then go to the corner. There's a little bit of platform in that area, so you don't want to move too far forward when you double jump out of the area. You want to double jump and like kind of put the stick in a neutral position, and once it's there, you want to move forward slightly, then uppercut. Uppercut spin, and you'll land in that room. You can go to the right, and it'll instantly trigger the cutscene, which is very, very nice. Okay, that's Rescue Friends. Now, Sewers is just annoying, in all honesty. Okay, Sewers is just annoying in all honesty, so what we're going to do, we are going to just go this way, you know, just going to vibe. Nothing out of the ordinary here, just going to vibe. We're going to do a quick hover over here, over this wall. Quick hover over this wall, just to cut the corner. We're going to go down to the sewers area here. Nice, we got the fast load. We're going to zoom in and look down and then pause the game. We're going to restart the game, restart the mission, sorry. We're going to restart the mission, and this will put us in the crew mission. This will put us in the escort mission. This saves us going all the way to crew, and we're fine here. Right, we're going to jetboard out here. It's a bit dangerous to do that, but, you know, we're just going to go past them, pull out the scattergun. Scattergun is going to be your best friend in this mission, so... Gonna kill these three, just punch and shoot, very, very simple. I like to go back here and zoom in, wait for them for a second, and then zoom out. We can hover up here. We don't need to grab that ammo yet, but I'm gonna grab it anyway because I messed that up, but, you know. This ambush is pretty simple, but I like to stand by these two columns. I like to stand by these two columns and just make Zeke very unhappy. Make Power Cell Zeke very unhappy. With the jump, spin, shoot. What? Okay, apologies for that. But yeah, we're just gonna do that. I'm gonna do a little skip here. This is where the Japanese thing comes in handy. So it blows open. We're gonna do a double roll jump. We're gonna jump and spin and clear out these two. And it will, if they don't stop. There you go. It skips the two that will usually spawn behind them. Because there are two metalheads that will usually spawn behind them there. Doing that skips them, and in Japanese, I believe, it takes that dialogue. It helps. That's all I can say. It helps. So, sorry. Okay. But yeah, that ambush room, you just want to clear out everyone, and the second that they start to move, go grab the ammo, and then run straight for that. For the little grate thing. What I did, I didn't really explain what I did. What I did, I was looking at, what was I doing? Sorry. I was walking forward into the debris thing, and when it exploded, it damaged me. I instantly roll jumped twice up the thing. You need to kill those two metalheads as fast as possible. It's like, there's no debating that. So, yeah. Anyway, there's these two metalheads up here. What I like to do is double jump and just spin. You can usually hit both of them there, double jump and spin, grab those two. And we're gonna roll jump twice. Wait for a second for these two. If you get too far ahead of the guys in this mission, it can cancel, it can fail, so I'm gonna wait for a second. Jetboard, clear out these three guys. Just go over here, clear out these three guys, and you can just go over here, hover over this area, grab these three, and then just zoom in. I think actually it's faster. I could be wrong, but I think it's faster to zoom in on this side. I've seen a lot of people zoom in on this side instead of where I zoom in, because I usually zoom in over there. Just gonna wait for them all to get back here. There they are. There's our last guy. What we're gonna do, we're gonna pull out the Vulcan Fury, try and tap fire. Not this guy already. Try and tap fire, keep an eye out behind you and on them guys, so I like to try and tap fire. Free bullets will kill them. No need to waste all of your ammo, like I have an annoying habit of doing in this mission. No need to waste all your ammo. Try not to use the yellow gun as much in here because it is needed for the next mission. Just keep an eye on Jinx. There's a chance he can take damage. He's still dying. Okay. So I'm out of ammo, so you can use some yellow ammo, but just try and keep it conserved. So what I like to do here instead, if I run out of ammo, just punch and shoot them with the red gun. Okay, you can either follow them in there, which is the normal way you can do it, or you can come up here. Come up here, there's no like little bumps or anything. Just wait for a second and then hop on the jetboard again. Land on the statue's head for no reason, just wait for them. And once that's done, restart the mission. And you're out. You're out of the sewers. So we're back at the elevator, the door is gonna start to open. Punch the second door the second it starts to open. Jump back on the elevator and then it'll just go straight back up. Now is the final part of what's considered the early game, I believe. So I like to hover up there, you know. You can always grab a zoomer here, but I like jetboarding, so, you know. Zoomers, I believe, will be faster, but, you know, the RNG is important, so. Oops. Just gonna go in and talk to these dudes. You can do the death warp again thing that I was talking about before, but I'm still unsure how it all works, so. Now it's the Bombots mission. We're gonna grab a little bit of ammo from here. I like just picking up those free chests and be on our way. So what you can do, you can when you get to around here, you can start to hover. You can hover all the way over to here. Hover all the way over to here where this bombot is. The fastest way to clear these bombots is to jump, spin and shoot. When it starts to disappear from the minimap, that's when you can step away from it ever so slightly and then just, you know, be on our way. Be careful to jump, spin, shoot though, because there's a chance that it can damage you. Because it shoots lasers. You are like directly in the line of fire. What you can do, you can also sit underneath it and spam shoot like this. I'm literally just spamming circle and the shoot button. That's all I'm doing there. Step away from him. And then onwards. We can hover over this building. Just cut a little bit of a corner. Fastest way, jump, spin, shoot. And he's dead. Okay, I'm going to do... That's the end of Bombots. It's pretty simple. I'm going to do a hover here that I claim full credit for. Because I never see anyone take this hover, and it can save quite a bit of time. You hover over here, I'm going to free fall. And then we're pretty much over here. The area completely loads. I've never seen anyone do that. I'm sure some people do and have done it, but it can save quite a little bit of time. But, you know, correct me in the comments if that's already known, but I'm going to take full responsibility for that one if it isn't, so, you know. Hover over there, just make a nice little corner cut, see if you're going all the way around. It's even better if you can find a zoomer, like, right on the end over there, so we're going to take this zoomer over to the stadium. Just drive through this wall, to go left a little bit. And then, pretty much we're here. That is the stadium. Well, that's Bombots. We're going to skip the cutscene, and I am going to pause it right there, because that's Class 2. This is technically the start of mid-game. Now, that, I think, will do it for this section anyway. This is early game practice. This is early game tutorial. I will do another video very shortly. Oh, pardon me, sorry.
I'll do another video very shortly about not Act 2, mid-game. Mid-game I would consider from this point where we're at, Class 1, well, Class 2, sorry. From Class 2 to rescue lurkers is, I would consider mid-game. So it's very fancy. You got a whole squads in the race room. I kind of want to go say hi. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Sorry, I was reading Discord, lol. Thanks for stopping by. I will be back with another tutorial. Hope this is helpful. Hope it's informative. The other tutorials will be a lot shorter, I hope. So, thanks for stopping by. I will appreciate that. I appreciate if you follow my Twitch in the description or all of that stuff. I stream a lot over there. Yeah.